What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode of GH. So, the prodigal daughter has returned, Christina. I'm actually not happy about this return. I don't know. Like, when I seen her come through Sunny Door and stuff, I just kind of rolled my eyes at it. I wasn't really happy about it. Because every time she come back, it's always like some bullshit with her. Like, Christina whines a lot. It's like she always try to act like somebody controlling her life. She's annoying. Like she is though. Like Christina is hella annoying. And she's sitting there talking about the reason she came back was for family because her family needed her or she needed to be around family. I call complete bullshit. Okay, here's the thing. I do believe part of her came back for family because of Michael and the baby and Mike. I believe the real reason she came back was for family. But another reason was Parker. I know it. It was all over her face. It was all over her face. She was just trying to update Sunny on her life, saying that she's working. She's just, she's a bartender now. And I can understand where she's coming from, though. Like, Sunny was wondering if she was going to go back to college and stuff like that. But for right now, she doesn't kind of want to. She's just trying to figure things out. And I can respect that because she's in my age bracket. She's in her 20s. I'm in my 20s. When you're in your 20s, you are trying to find yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're trying to figure out what career you want, what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what your 20s are for, to figure life out. Some people in their 30s still ain't got life figured out. It's all right. It's going to take you some time, you know? But at least she's working until she figures that out. You know what I'm saying? So that way she's not coming to Alexis for no money or she ain't coming to Sunny for no money. I respect that. I respect it. But she needs to be totally honest about why the fuck she back in town though, because we all know she lying. Even Sam noticed that. Sam could see it. That's why when Alexis and Christina left, Alexis had to go to work. Molly had to go register for classes and stuff like that. Even Sam, she was like, okay, so tell me the real reason you back. Like, tell me what's really going on. Even Sam could see that shit. Sam always could tell when Christina be lying. Like, Sam always knew. She always know when Christina lying and shit. It's all over her face. Um, I'm glad that she reconciled with Alexis and stuff and they figured out their little relationship. Because, when she left, she was upset with Alexis because of Parker. But I'm glad that she reconciled that relationship for the time being. I'm guessing that her and Parker probably broke up. More than likely, her and Parker probably got into it, or Parker probably cheated with another student. Wouldn't that be some crazy shit if Parker cheated with another student? It was some shit that drove her back to Port Charles other than family. I'm pretty sure of it. Um, but it is always great to see Molly, of course. We don't see enough of Molly. That's the problem. Like, they need to start giving Molly a damn storyline or something. Like, because I want to see more of them, like her and TJ. And figure out what their careers are. I already know TJ trying to be a doctor and stuff, but what Molly trying to do though? Probably a writer. Didn't she write that book, Love in Maine, or something like that, like 6 years ago or something like that? Like 5, 6 years ago, she wrote that book, Love in Maine, I think it was, and Connie Falconeri ripped it off. That storyline was funny though. Um, so anyway, I did love the scene though between Sonny and Mike, because Mike felt like he forgot where his room was and stuff. And Sonny came up with that sign. He wrote that sign, Mike's room and stuff, so that way he could tack it on the door and Mike will always know where his room is. I like that. And like I said before, I definitely understand why Sonny is hesitant about putting Mike in a facility and stuff. I get it, why he doesn't want to do it, because Mike doesn't know that place. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have any memories there. So I can understand why Sonny wants to keep him in Port Charles at his house because he wants to keep him in a place where Mike has all his memories. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely respect it and get it. Like I said, I'm on board with whatever Sonny decides to do. If Sonny decides to put him in a facility, cool. If he wants him to stay at the mansion, cool. It's whatever you decide. You know what I mean? Whatever you feel is best for him. But I think right now Sonny just feels like the house is better suited for him, and I kind of agree. I agree. I think it is. When you think about his memories and stuff like that, it's better for him to be around family and around things that he know. You know what I mean? It's way better for him. Um, I did love the scene at Charlie's pub though, Carly was a straight bitch to Julian. And I'm not surprised. We all know Carly can't stand Julian. That's no shock. She has every right to not like him, but it's like, damn, you are in his bar. Even though it wasn't her choice to go there. But still, it's like, calm down. Franco was pushing it a little bit though. Because here's my thing. I was on Carly's side with that moment. Like when Carly went over there to thank Franco for helping Jason, even though they kind of didn't give him a choice to do it. She thanked him. And Franco was not all that receptive to the thank you. He's sitting there talking about, oh, is that all? Thank you. That's it. I don't get anything more. Franco, shut the hell up. You should be. This is Carly we're talking about. You already know Carly don't show gratitude to that many people in that town. So you ought to be grateful that she thanked you. She could have ignored you and not said nothing and treated you like shit like she normally does. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like, Franco, just take the thank you and move on. You know what I'm saying? It was a little ridiculous. Like him and Liz just sitting there laughing like she owed him more than a thank you. Franco, shut the hell up. Like seriously, you gotta thank you. What more do you want? A check? Like what more do you want? A check for 10 grand or something? Like what do you want? And I agree with Carly. He should be happy that seeing as how he did help them, it basically caused a temporary truce between him and Jason. You should be grateful for that. You know what I mean? Like don't push your luck. As far as Elizabeth is concerned, I was a little irritated with her today because she basically implied that Jocelyn was a bad influence on Cameron. That she was the reason Cameron was stealing. First of all, I'm pretty sure your son has a mind of his own. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when he was at the PCPD, he didn't see it as a big deal. He didn't care. So that should tell you that nobody has influence over him. He's his own influence. He stole because he wanted to steal. Jocelyn stole because of issues going on with her mother and because she wanted to steal. They do things that they want to do. Ain't nobody forcing them to do nothing. Jocelyn's not forcing him to steal. He stole because he fucking wanted to. Period. How you gonna sit there and blame that on Carly? Or blame it on Jocelyn? Talking about, oh, she's a bad influence. I'm pretty sure your son is probably stealing because your dumbass never spent no time with him. He just now finally got unlocked from the attic after 20 years. Like, seriously. Maybe if you spent some time with your son and learn how to parent your child instead of trying to give Carly grief on her daughter and give her unsolicited advice about her child, you should focus on your child instead of focusing on somebody else's. How do you know your child wasn't the influence on her? How do you know that? Elizabeth is annoying, like seriously. Just some days when I be on her side, she just gotta open her mouth and piss me off. Like, how you gonna sit there and blame Jocelyn for that? How you know she's a bad influence on your son? How do you know your son's not a bad influence on her? Idiot. Like, she's annoying. And Julian think he fucking slick. He was sitting there trying to pump Mike for information about Charlie Delaney and the favor that Charlie did for him back in the day. Even Kim noticed that shit. That's why Kim stopped that whole conversation because she knew what the fuck Julian was trying to do. Julian thought he was slick. I said, Julian, you do not want to. You don't want no smoke with Sonny. Come on now. Are we really gonna go back down that road with you versus Sonny? Do you really want to do that again? When you got this brand new life of yours? Tread lightly, Julian. Just chill the fuck out. And then Carly found all that stuff. Well, Mike found a lot of Jocelyn's stuff in his closet, tucked away in his closet. And it all had tags on it. And Carly peeped that all those bikinis and shirts, they all had tags. And she started to figure it out. Her daughter's a fucking thief. Like, your daughter's a thief too. I'm telling you, these kids on this show need an ass whooping. I'm just saying. I understand, everybody trying to be politically correct and whatnot, but you know what, Frank Valentini, you need to start letting these characters start beating their kids. I'm just saying. Start letting them take a belt to these kids' ass. Let me tell you something, though. Ava versus Kiki was the best scene of this episode. They really had a knockdown, drag-out fucking argument, and I loved it. Because let me tell you something. I saw both sides of the coin today. I agreed more with Kiki than I did with Ava today, though. But I did agree with some parts of what Ava was saying, but I definitely agreed with Kiki. I feel like what Ava said about Kiki sleeping with Griffin to get back at her, I felt like that was a little true. Because you know how some people do things subconsciously? You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt like it was. She subconsciously slept with Griffin to get back at her mother. That's how I felt like she did it. But everything Kiki said about Ava was true. Ava's vindictive. She's a bitch. She's petty. And she's miserable. Everything she said about her mother was true. Everything she said that her mother did to Morgan was true. You know, like, you're upset because Morgan wanted Kiki more than he wanted you. I felt like everything Kiki said was true. It was all true. But what I loved, though, was when Ava was by herself and she was talking to herself in the mirror. That bitch sounded like Cruella de Vil when she said, I want vengeance and I shall get vengeance. She sounded just like Cruella de Vil. Like, seriously. I am so happy, though. Bad bitch Ava is back in the motherfucking building. Everybody better watch out. Kiki, you've been warned. You better watch your back. Ava's coming for everybody's ass now. Ava is not fucking playing. Ava done had it with that nice shit. She done fucking had it. Because when Kiki called her a bitch and stuff, Ava looked at her like, this little girl done lost her motherfucking mind. She was like, no, this little girl didn't just call me a bitch. Like, the way she looked at her, she was like, oh, she need to be taken down a peg or two. That's exactly how Ava was looking at her and talking to her. Like, she gonna show her. Ava's not the one to be played with, though. Now that she's back in this mode of hers, y'all better hide y'all guns. Because you know she got a good shot. I'm just saying, but I'm here for it, though. I'm loving it. So Griffin was suspended. I understand why Monica did what she did, because he opened the hospital up to a lawsuit. Think about it. Peter August could have sued the hospital for millions of dollars. 9 times out of 10, he would have won. He could probably 10 times out of 10 he would have won, because Griffin violated the code of ethics, doctor-patient confidentiality. You ran an illegal DNA test. You're lucky that you weren't fired. And at this point, that's up to the board at this point. Monica let him off easy, but it's still up to the board of directors if they want to fire him. That's up to them. Like, Franco was just straight up getting on my nerves. Like, he just kept trying to judge Griffin and stuff like that. Let me tell you something. I respect Franco for standing up for Kiki as a father figure. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I respect him for it, because her father's dead, and he was led to believe for a while that he was her dad. So I respect him for stepping up. He's protective of her. I get it. What I don't like is how he tries to put all of this on Griffin. And that's what brings me back to Ava real quick. I feel like Kiki was a little wrong when she said that Griffin didn't betray Ava because they were broken up. They were broken up for 5 minutes. But you're her daughter, though. He slept with his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend at the time. He slept with her daughter. If that's not betrayal, I don't know what is. I just hate that Franco puts all of this on Griffin. You know what I'm saying? It's not all on Griffin. Him and Kiki are both consenting adults. They both chose to have consensual sex. How is it Griffin's fault? He didn't force her into it. He didn't blackmail her to do it. He didn't threaten her to do it. She did it because she wanted to do it. He did it because he wanted to do it. I got a feeling, though, her and Griffin going to become a couple. That's what I feel like. I feel like soon they're going to become a couple. But I feel like Ava's not going to make it easy. She definitely won't. Ava's definitely not going to make that shit easy. I could tell that right off the bat. Like, that shit is not going to be easy at all. But anyway, this was a pretty good episode. I think that's everything in this episode. I think. Yeah, I think that's everything. But if I'm forgetting something, just let me know. I'll see all of y'all tomorrow. Have a great day. Peace. Oh, hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. And like, comment, subscribe, everything. Share. Do everything. See y'all later. Peace.